I'm Julie Gornell and I'd like to welcome you back to Penny Lane to let you know how the development on Penny Lane site has been going since we did our last film shoot. Well, it's been 6 weeks now since the construction firm have been on site, and it's been absolutely exciting to see walls being knocked down and the men busy with the diggers and the locals walking past and wanting to know what's going on and how's it developing. It's been really exciting. I'd like to say now that we're just approaching the August bank holiday, and as part of our fundraising strategy, we've now been invited by St Barnabas Church to take part in the International Beatles Weekend. So at the back of me here we can see a display board, and this is not just for tourists, it's for locals as well, because on here it shows the history, or some of the history, of our challenges that we've had to face in campaigning to save our fields forever. We've also been able to see what Penny Lane looks like today, and as we can see, the building work's taking place, we're fundraising, and some of the original features on Penny Lane. Well, if we look over here now, the tourists and the locals will also be able to get to see some detailed plans of how the new facility is going to look. So in particular, Penny Lane's had a design for a new set of gates, the very own gates for Penny Lane. These gates have been designed by a 16-year-old young man who did his work experience with our architects. The reason why these gates are actually so unique is because Aaron has taken the concept of the lotus flower, which is relevant to George Harrison's spiritual side, and incorporated it into a brand new design for our Penny Lane gates. Over the recent weeks, with the excitement of the new facility being developed now, the staff and trustees of Penny Lane Development Trust have been out and about on Penny Lane. And if we take a look outside, we can actually see just how bustling this community is. I mean, Penny Lane is situated on a major through road to the city centre. So to actually have some regeneration going on in part of the suburbs of Liverpool is absolutely fantastic news. Just recently, we met up with Jeff Hall from St Barnabas Church. Jeff was instrumental in enabling us to get our temporary office space at the back of St Barnabas. So I decided to go and meet with Jeff to find out just how significant St Barnabas is.
St Barnabas is famous for a number of reasons. The first is it's about 95 years old. It's also a Grade 2 star listed building. And thirdly, it's mentioned as part of, if you like, the Beatles song called Penny Lane, because from the front door of our church you can see many of the locations that are mentioned in the Beatles song. Paul McCartney's brother Mike was married here some years ago to Rowena, and they both lived locally off Penny Lane. And Paul was the best man for Mike on the day, and him and his late wife Linda would have sat just across there in the pews right at the very front. Another claim to fame for St Barnabas was the fact that Paul McCartney probably started his singing career here, because when he was a young boy he sang in the St Barnabas choir just across there in the pews.